Hi there, it's Rosanne here from Country Chic Paint. I love finding new ways to recreate authentic looking finishes with paint. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create a faux oxidized copper look. Stay tuned to see the step-by-step process. The supplies we need to create this faux finish are chocolate Tart all-in-one paint, two metallics are pocket watch metallic cream and belt buckle metallic cream. We're going to use some of our texture powder as well as some different paint colors, Simplicity, Luscious Lime and Tropical Cocktail, as well as Bliss. We're also going to be using a plastic cup for mixing, a spray bottle of water, some gloves, paintbrushes, stir sticks, as well as a lint-free rag. To start, we're going to give our piece a shimmery look as a base to make it look like copper. We're going to use Country Chic Paint's metallic cream in the colors Pocket Watch and Belt Buckle. Before applying the metallics, I'm going to apply a coat of chocolate Tart all-in-one paint first. You don't have to start with this step, but it will make the belt buckle appear more opaque and less coats when you start by painting your project in a similar color. Since oxidized copper usually has quite a bit of texture, I'm going to use some of our texture powder and mix it in with our belt buckle metallic cream. This allows me to create some texture with the metallics, giving the final finish a more authentic look. You'll mix the metallic cream and texture powder in a 1:1 ratio and simply mix it up with a stir stick. After mixing well, you simply dab the mixture onto your project, leaving a textured finish behind. You'll want to let this coat of paint dry for a couple of hours before moving on to the next step. Since oxidized copper has many colors, I'm going to randomly dab on some of the Pocket Watch metallic cream, and I'll use a slightly damp rag to blend it in here and there. As you know, copper slowly becomes green as it oxidizes, so I mixed up a few Country Chic paint colors together to create a similar color. You can have fun with this step and play around with the mixture until you're happy, but if you'd like to recreate exactly what I've done, you can mix up 1.5 parts of Tropical Cocktail, 1 part of Luscious Lime, and 2 parts of Simplicity. You won't be using this color to paint on a full coat, so you won't need to mix up much. Since there's usually a variety of colors on oxidized copper, I'm going to use some of our all-in-one paint in the color Bliss as well. Now comes the fun part. This step can get quite messy, so make sure you protect the surface you're painting on. If you're worried about getting paint under your fingernails, you can put on some gloves if you'd like. I'm going to use my paintbrush to brush on some of the green paint as well as some of the Bliss paint. Don't try to get full coverage here, you just want to add a bit of color. Now I'm going to take a damp lint-free rag and bunch it up into a loose ball. I'm going to use this to gently dab the paint all over. I want it to be random so it looks more natural, so I'm going to make sure my belt buckle layer is peeking through a bit more in some areas than others. You have time to play with this part, so don't worry about trying to make it look perfect. Once I've spread it out and created a random texture here, I'm going to use my spray bottle to get the colors running a little bit. This step will make it look like your project has been aging for years out in the rain. Make sure you have your sprayer set to a gentle mist and keep the nozzle about a foot away while you're spraying. You don't want a jet of water to hit your project all in one place. You can continue going back and forth between spraying and dabbing until you're happy with the finish. That's all there is to it. If your piece is going to be used heavily or put in a high traffic area, you can use Country Chic Paint's Tough Coat or natural wax to protect the finish. But if you want to keep the matte look of real oxidized copper, we recommend you leaving it as is. Here's another example that I've made up in this faux oxidized copper look. If you liked this video, please leave us a comment or click on the like button. We also encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can see all of our upcoming tutorial videos. If you want to find out more about our products, please go to our website, countrychicpaint.com, or click in the description below this video. Thank you so much for watching and happy painting!